Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Wadad, and today we're going to be talking about something that I've been particularly interested in throughout pretty much all of my years of studying psychology, and it is something called attachment styles. This is something that everyone honestly has, and a lot of where it stems from comes from childhood and your upbringing. So let's go into a little bit more detail on what they are, where they stem from, and how you can change them. And maybe you can learn a bit more about yourself today as well. Were you ever curious how some people tend to not worry too much about their partners leaving them, or even the opposite? Some people can't really commit, or they're scared to commit, or they just feel fearful of that. If you're listening to that and thinking, oh shoot, that sounds like me, I described at least 2 attachment styles, most likely developed very young. Attachment styles are linked to emotional well-being, marriage satisfaction, and parenting. That being said, attachment relationships have much more to do with whether you think your partner is leaving you. It more so shapes how you handle conflict in regular daily activities and also in the big picture in your life. So let's start to break it down. There are 4 main attachment styles. You might see yourself in one of these, or maybe even a mix, to be honest. First attachment, and arguably the best, is secure attachment. This is when you feel safe in relationships. You're comfortable with intimacy and trust, and love and relationships tend to come easier for you, which is lucky. People with a secure attachment style have better psychological well-being, and that makes sense because less stress equals less anxiety, which equals healthier relationships. The next is anxious attachment. You crave closeness, but are always worried the other person will leave. This attachment has the tendencies of overthinking and constant worry about every move your partner would make. Next is avoidant attachment. You prefer your independence. It is almost as if you're scared of commitment, and emotional vulnerability does not come second nature to you. Lastly, there's fearful-avoidant or disorganized attachment. You want love, but also fear it. Relationships feel like a constant push and pull, or what I like to call is an emotional roller coaster. As I mentioned earlier on in the video, childhood trauma can seriously impact attachment styles in young adulthood. If you grew up in an unstable home, dealt with neglect, or experienced toxic relationships early on, it can shape how you connect with people later in life. However, it is important to know that your attachment style is not a life sentence. You can change it, heal from it, and build healthier relationships. It just takes self-awareness and effort. It's also not about blaming the past, but understanding it so we can move forward. Self-esteem plays a huge role in how attachment styles affect mental health as well. If you have low self-esteem, insecure attachment styles can feel even worse. It's like a cycle that keeps feeding itself. When you start building self-worth, your relationships also start feeling healthier. You stop seeking validation from others and start feeling secure in yourself first. What can you do to improve your attachment style? Here are some tips. The first step is self-awareness. First is determine your attachment style. There are quizzes online, or you can just think about how you react in relationships. The next step is therapy and healing. Therapy can help rewire attachment patterns. It's all about healing your inner child and, in return, improving your thinking. Next is choosing healthy relationships. Surrounding yourself with people who communicate openly, validate your feelings, and don't play mind games. Last but definitely not least is working on your self-esteem. The stronger your self-worth, the easier it is to build secure attachments. The bottom line is that you can shift your attachment style over time. It does take effort, but it is worth it for you and for your relationships in the long run. End up figuring out what your attachment style was? And tell me, do you think attachment styles shape our lives? If you found this video helpful, subscribe for more psychology deep dives, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.